to have one of those sensational performances. It's right here, right now, Domination Sovereign.
Yeah, without a doubt there. One player's going to be hanging out inside of B. Nameless knows this. He's going to go for the challenge. He wins the second
Nameless, please, no.
triple kill, but his teammate will be there for the cleanup, though, as Clayster takes out Study. Merc, though, back on the flag again, gets that control, finding another one, and Merc, you savage, as he manages to get a double. But Merc gets taken out now, and on screen with Rambo, as he's going to sneak his way up top, or over through the OpTic Gaming caution, and cause a ruckus in their A flag.
I love this play from Rambo, really applying the pressure early on to Team OpTic Gaming. OpTic to jump on the B flag, but they need to try and defend the A flag. There's going to be one player coming from the right-hand side. Ray just look towards him. It's going to be neutral, though. OpTic did grab the B flag, and I assume they will jump on that A flag as soon as they possibly can, try and get that 2-1 flag lead control back. But as they do that, EnVy know they're a player down, so they can crank up the aggression on B.
That's very true. Let's go ahead and switch gears to OpTic Gaming's Clayster by himself, getting a shot there, finding another one, can't get the double, but Bows
They still haven't capped A.
They still haven't gotten A, Benson. Great observation there, because they need that. They need those points so bad. There is going to be some support there, too. They got to get this one taken care of, and they do.
Yeah, the lead's already starting to generate its nature. Oh, God. Merc picking up that one. Clayster with a pistol. Actually managing to shut down Study there, and okay, all right, that was impressive.
He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, no, please, not with a pistol, don't do it. Pull out the assault rifle. Okay, that makes it a little bit more fair.
There
Clayster,
you go.
so talented. You got to give him some props, but the lead already starting to generate for Team EnVyUs. 2.5 minutes left of this first side of Domination Sovereign.
And Clayster, he is just on the money and gets the pistol kill. What a kill from Clayster. As he takes it, and he can't do it twice, though. But Nade Shot will be there for the pickup, as he is going to secure B halfway there. And he gets picked off at the last second, and we switch over to Clay. He's 12-7, getting a double kill, and Benson Clayster is so amazing, but they are still down, and they're losing B.
13-7. Clayster right now, accuracy of a god. He's jumped on that B flag with a pistol.
Okay.
Right, okay, he is human apparently. That's good to know. Nade Shot, they're trying to go for the sneaky play around the outside. B flag is being taken once again. It's Bows on there as Nade Shot just trying to amp up the aggression in EnVy spawn, but it's just under a 20-point game as it stands. And OpTic in the last 2 minutes, they need to hold this 2-1 flag lead. They just haven't been allowed to do that. EnVy just really playing so well on that B flag. It comes down to Nameless once again, and Study picking up some clutch kills. Yep,
and I'm going to go ahead and cycle through, see what's up. Clayster, of course, always in a gun battle there. Embozo taken out by B, and Clayster now cleaned up. Nade Shot, though, he wraps around and gets A back for his team. They lost it there, and again, those are just points that they're missing out on nonstop, and they end up losing B because of that play.
Yep, Nade Shot making his way straight towards that B flag once again. 70 seconds to go in this first side, and 3 players go down. Clayster, last man up for his squad for a couple of seconds as he waits for his team to come back off respawn. Can they just try and jump on that B flag? It's 20-point lead in favor of Team EnVyUs on this first side. Still 60 seconds left.
Yeah, and again, there's a lot of time for them to work with here to be able to at least close that gap, at the very least, But Nade Shot now moving in, finding one in the corner. That's going to be a stop player behind his teammate, though. That will be Clayster with that AR. Makes the stop there on Nameless. Nade Shot, though, having to stay alive here is so important, and he gets taken out again. Scumpy on B, finding one, another one, and a double kill from Scumpy as he looks for a triple kill from Scumpy. What a play there as they get B right back with 30 seconds remaining, but they're losing A.
Let's talk about stepping up at the very last minute, Scump. 10-13 now. He's on a 5-point streak. He's run all the way back to the EnVy base. He's surrounded by EnVy players. They are going to shut him down. Still the lead at 20 points. EnVyUs, they don't have control of that B flag. It's not going to be reduced by that much. Let's go into the last 10 seconds. Merc just going to pick up a couple of kills. Try and dive on the B flag. Doesn't matter. Not going to happen. And 4 seconds left. The final tick on the score. It's going to end 64-81.
And you just know that EnVy, they have it. They feel like they have it. They're there. It's within their grasp to fight complexity in the finals. I mean, my goodness, Nameless and crew just doing what they do best. But Clayster, Benson, you gotta give him so much credit. He has been such a force, though, for them. He needs to bring that energy back and essentially do what complexity did to them in Sovereign Domination. They have to answer back here strong.
And looking at that OpTic Gaming lineup, you can see them. They need to just get some energy. Clayster was playing very well towards the end. It's a plus 17-point lead for Team EnVyUs. We've seen bigger leads than that thrown away.
That's right.
And we've also seen leads just that size held and extended across as well. Yeah. As we said, Envy just one map away now, or 1 5-minute side, I should say, away from booking their spot in the grand final later on today, and for the second successive time in 2 years.
Yeah, and I think that really speaks, you know, volumes about the organization, about Envy,
100%,
about the capability of a guy like Rambo, who you know, was there last year and was a big factor in that run as well. Definitely. That they had. You know, I gotta say, what a match this has been. But OpTic Gaming, they got to turn it up here. Clayster has to be that go-to guy.
Yep, he needs to have one of those standard performances. Scumpy as well. We saw him heat up at the very end, but he's gonna need to off the start.
Hopefully they find something that works out for them. I mean, I'm really, really looking forward to seeing how Clayster's going to continue to hold on to those lanes, watch those lines of sights, making sure no one's going to push up. But the start of this one is going to be so critical, and we're going to see who's going to go in and get B right away. Who's going to establish that control? Who do you think is going to establish that control?
I want to see Scump from OpTic off the break. I want to see exactly what his thought process is, and see if he can try and help his team secure that Bravo flag. It's so important that OpTic have a good start. They cannot allow EnVyUs to start to increase that lead. It's already pretty hefty. It's not too high, but it's definitely at a level where you don't want to allow Envy to get control early on in the game. Yeah,
for sure. Scumpy, of course, you know, it's just a huge factor for this team throughout this entire event here at the Call of Duty Championship. Now, they're going to push out Scumpy. He's going to find a lot of activity up top, and he gets taken out. Clayster, again, with that AR, watching his caution. He's able to find one, and they got to make moves by B, so Clayster's going to be very proactive on this, and he will have some support by one player. Will be, let me see here. I'm trying to figure out who that will be. So that'll be Scumpy, actually, following up with him halfway there. Oh. Big win from Clay. Can he get it again? Can he get the double pre-fire around the corner? Not going to happen.
Did the cap carry through, though? That's the big question. Bose is actually sat on there. It did. They have B, but the problem is they have Envy on there. Nice defensive play coming in from Nate. Scump now needs to slay around the outside. He's killed Rambo, but another EnVyUs player is going to be on that B flag. Now Scump needs to go big defensively. Which corner is he going to be in? He has a 1 in 4 chance. There's a trophy system. Merc with a huge 2-piece. Shut down Nate. Shut down Scump. B flag back under Envy's control.
Yeah, and this is exactly the position that Envy did, or that OpTic did not want at the start of this game. It's really just about momentum, right? And you get that B and you see that you have it. It should be able to boost you up. And I'm expecting OpTic not to be too held back by this. As you can clearly see, Nadeshot, he gets in there and he's going to exact his dominance and make sure that he's going to be able to win this. They get B right back. And
but look at that home flag. That home flag right now being taken. Very sneaky play from one of them EnVyUs players.
They got to push A, Ben. Hands down, they got to push A.
All flank back and try and grab that C flag. There is a player, Clayster, trying to do that. He does win that gunfight. Now, the big play here is hold that B flag. Do not allow EnVyUs to jump on it. Clayster's going to have a 1v1 any second now. He needs to win. This is must win. Does get it as well. That's going to leave Nameless by himself for Team EnVyUs for a couple of seconds, and they could try and start thinking now about that 17-point lead. It was a tied game, and it's going to be OpTic trying to build the lead. Nature all the way around the outside. He's going to go for the neutral.
They have 3 down right now. Cap it, actually. He is going to cap this flag. There is going to be a guy around
2 players
the corner.
rushing him.
Yes, but he gets the neutralization. That's big for them.
But look at the home flag again.
Yeah, they can't allow that to happen. They cannot allow that to happen.
Clay needs to draw back and get this kill very quickly. Oh, Nameless.
Big kill there out of Nameless with a couple of... look at that there. You got one member down, one member left alive. That was going to be Scump. Clayster, Nadeshot off the respawn. They got to make moves over toward A, but they have been able to maintain control by B, and this is not over yet for OpTic Gaming. This is the time where you start going crazy and cheering your favorite team and just motivating them to make this happen. Scumpy, though, needs to feed off of that energy, and he gets a double kill there. Big win out of him as he's going to hold this down, and he does have a teammate pushing up on A.
He needs this next kill, though. This could be big. Not going to happen. Nameless once again. The clutch factor for Team EnVyUs. Bose jumps in. Still, OpTic not with a flag, and EnVyUs have built themselves a lead already.
Scumpy, though, with another stop, able to get that. Now they got to go after C, but you got the B flag right for the picking if you're Envy. But Nadeshot looking to stop this one in its tracks. Finding one, getting a double kill. Can he get the triple? Not going to happen, but Scump on the move again as he will find a player in that left corner. That's going to be a stop, and now they have C and B. But Benson, you got to go for the trip cap here. What do you think about that?
I mean, 1 minute 45. It's about to be a tied game.
Oh, no.
And 3 plays go down. Scump, he's so far away from B. Envy have just dedicated so many bodies. Now you are right, Golden Boy. OpTic Gaming are going to need a trip cap. just simply when you look at the map control, they need to push through, they need to get those kills as soon as possible, or EnVyUs are going to book their spot in that grand final.
That's right, and they are going to have teammates there and helping each other out. At least EnVyUs, though, with the stop, able to get B, though, and not going to be the case. Switching gears over to Nameless and crew, as they have just been on a roll. Nameless 12-8, Merc 12-9. The veterans of this team coming out strong.
Nameless.
And I just can't see Envy being stopped here. 1 minute left on the clock, and they're just on fire.
They are playing so well. Everyone in tune with each other. EnVyUs have a 27-point lead now. 55 seconds left. OpTic, well, they put up a fantastic fight. They really did. B flag right now being taken.
Yep, and you know, I gotta mention, Ben, when you talk about that Blitz game, you talk about that Blitz matchup.
How much of a momentum shifter is that,
yeah,
right?
well, because they had to play it twice. You know, you had to play that game type twice. You end up losing by 1 on the second replay. I mean, again, it's just that right there. Of course, I can only understand.
Oh, my Rambo Ray.
Demoralizing,
oh,
but
my Rambo.
Getting reckless here. I'm liking what I'm seeing. This is the kind of motivation and energy that they are going to need if they are going to take on complexity in the finals. 15 seconds remaining. Envy is going to book another trip to the Call of Duty Championship Grand Finals.
Second year in a row. Envy make it to the grand final, showing that massive consistency within the organization.
Wow.
Congratulations to both teams, of course.
What a
OpTic
showing.
securing a top 3 placement. Still a fantastic result from them. You'll see the handshakes come out, but this is big for Envy. A lot of questions are on Envy's head. How is Study going to play? He's young. Is he going to be able to handle the pressure? The
No doubt in my
answer,
mind.
simply yes.
There's no doubt in my mind that Study will come up huge, but I got to talk about Nameless again.
Right?
He had just played incredible. I mean, all the credit in the
There
world
he
to
is
him.
as well.
It's just amazing show. And then Merc went 17 and 11
I told
in that
you,
matchup.
he puts up those performances, and sometimes they just seem to get overlooked.
Everyone just
Massive, massive 2 pieces, 3 pieces. I mean, let's have a look at some of the replays. You see Clayster on your screen. This was when he picked up that pistol switch. Oh my God! If he'd have picked up the third, I don't even want to talk about what would have happened.
Oh, we would have been absolutely insane, but big performance there from OpTic Gaming in that first portion to be able to try and close that gap. But it was Envy that was just able to continue to hammer away at OpTic Gaming, and they eventually buckled down, but you gotta give them credit though. I mean, Envy has been on a roll. OpTic Gaming came off of a loss against Complexity, a disappointing loss, if you will. Honestly, you couldn't take anything away from either player. They all played their best.
Oh, 100%. Everyone playing some of their best Call of Duty, and that's what made it such a thrilling game. You know, no one was particularly, you can't point the finger at anyone and say, oh, they played bad, it's their fault. Yeah. Everyone playing just so well, as you see Rambo pick up that ridiculous 2-piece and the celebrations, and that's when they realized it was mathematically impossible. Rambo grabbing onto that logo. Second time in a year for him. Can he try and beat the achievement he had last year? That's now the question on everyone's lips.
Everyone's mind, of course. OpTic Gaming, they are eliminated, but Envy moves on to the grand final, and we have iJustine at the floor with Envy. Go ahead, Justine, what's going on?
Wow. I mean, I'm speechless. Everyone out here is super excited. How are you guys feeling? I mean, this was a huge game for you.
It was so important. I got 3rd place last year with that team. They dropped me this year, and I outdid them. That's what I wanted to do. So we're in the finals now, and I'm just so excited.
I mean, not only for you, I mean, this is obviously you want to win, but I mean, going up against OpTic, I mean, you've got a little bit of revenge here. Oh,
absolutely. We beat them in regionals, we beat them here. I'm sure they miss me.
I'm sure they do too. Wow. Woo! So going into this, it is the finals. This is Championship Sunday. This is for a lot of money. Now, what are you going to do in preparation?
Just keep doing what we've been doing. That's what I've told the guys all weekend. Just do whatever you want. It doesn't matter anymore. We just have to play our best, and whatever gets you in that zone, do it. So we're gonna relax, drink some water, and then play the finals.
Do whatever you want, but just win. I feel like that's some good advice.
Exactly.
All right, guys, good luck. Go have some water, and...
Need water. Need water.
All right, guys, back up to you.
Oh my goodness.
Big smile for Merc there.
Yeah.
Got to give him some big props. As we said, one of those players that sometimes just people overlook, but so consistent, so talented. Nameless as well. MVP in that game by far. Study, the young gun. Everyone had question marks over his head. Can he perform on the biggest stage of his life so far? Answer, without a doubt, yes. He has stepped up so much there. And let's not forget about EnVyUs' run. it hasn't been easy for them.
No.
They've been in the losers bracket for a very long time. You can see that the upper bracket there, that's how Complexity managed to qualify. They obviously took down OpTic Gaming in the winners bracket game earlier on today. There's the lower bracket. You can see EnVyUs. I mean, look at that fight.
Look
at the road. From round 1,
Caliber.
they took down TK, Team Caliber, a team who's never placed outside the top 4. Then they went on to Epsilon Esports. This one, well, the second best European team, it's fair to say. They took down them. Then Vex Revenge, shutting them down in round 3. Then if that wasn't good enough, Trident T1 Dotters, the Australian team who have just caused so many upsets and just made such a big name for themselves, they took them down. Moving on to round 5, the US champions, Strictly Business, shifted them to one side, and they just beat OpTic Gaming in round 6, the losers bracket grand final, to book their spot for the second year in a row in the Call of Duty World Championship grand final.
I don't think anyone will ever be able to dispute the road and the struggle that Envy had
the struggle was
to
real.
get there. The struggle was so real, and they managed to do it. I mean, again, what a showing out of them, Benson. Now we have our stage. It is set. Complexity, Team Envy. I don't want to say what are your predictions. I don't even think I want to say it either, because I enjoy
I just want to let the
gameplay
gameplay of two fantastic teams do the talk.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Of course, guys, the action will all take place at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You guys are going to want to tune in for that one. Complexity facing off against the boys in blue, Team Envy. I'm Golden Boy. This is Benson, signing out.